Welcome to my YouTube channel Salesforce Excellence. In these series of lectures, I am trying to build a foundation for all my students to have a basic knowledge of Salesforce so that before the students come to my actual classes or live classes, I want all of my students to have a basic understanding of the Salesforce features. Okay. At the same time, I'm trying to design the courses in such a way that I'm trying to deliver my lectures in such a way that the other person, the person who is, it can be a student from technical or non-technical background, I want that person or student to understand the concept in a simple manner. Okay, but still, as per my knowledge, I am doing it. If you have any doubts or any clarifications, as I am telling, please subscribe to my channel, listen to the video completely, and if you have any doubts, you can make the comments. You can make your comments in the comment section. Okay, and coming to today's session, it is about validation rules. It's a technical word. Validation rule is a technical word. To make you easily understand, let us take a general or real-time example. When you visit any post office or bank or railway reservation, you will be provided with one form, physical form, which you have to fill and submit. I'll try to explain you what is this validation will play a role. For example, if you have taken the form and without filling the form, you submit the form. Scenario 1. Tell me what will happen? Your form will be rejected. The person in the counter will not accept your form. Second scenario. You fill the form but incompletely. Without providing all the details, just you have entered your name and then you have given the date, that's it. Remaining details you did fill. In that scenario also, the other person in the counter, he will reject your form. Third scenario, let us take that you fill the form completely, but you have filled the form in a wrong way. Like in the place of name, you entered your mobile number. In the place of email, you have given your name and some wrong details you have provided. Then what will happen? In that case also, your form will be rejected. So this we are talking about happening in the physical format. A person will be sitting in front of you. He will be looking at your form, trying to find out the right data. So here, trying to find the right data is nothing but validation. He is expecting the right information and right data. If he received the right information, he will accept the form. If he didn't receive the right information, he will reject the form. It happens in the physical format, but in the system, in the software, the system will provide you with one form. If you provide the right information, that form will be saved automatically. If you provide the wrong information, it will not save, it will give some error. Then what is happening in between? The system is checking or validating your data that you have entered. Okay. So here the system automatically will not do anything. As a human being, as a developer or as a system admin, you have to write some rules. Those rules are called as validation rules. In today's session, we are going to see how to create such validation rule so that the system should look at your form and then validate whether it is properly entered or not, and then save or give the error accordingly. Okay, so let us move to the topic. As per the basic definition, we are enforcing the rules for preventing the invalid data entry. Okay, we don't want the invalid data to be entered into the database. To prevent that, we can write validation rules. And these are actually based on some logical conditions. Anyhow, we are going to see how to write the validation rule. And what will happen if you provide the wrong data and try to save the form? It will show some error message. Okay. In the example scenario, if you take the library system example, we don't want books to have negative prices. or missing ISBN numbers. Okay. So for more understanding and more clarity, let us move to the application. And this is the book object which we have created recently. And in the previous session already you have seen how to work on page layouts to create different sections. I hope that all of you have worked on that and created your own sections. Sorry. And then once you've done this one, today in today's session, we are trying to provide some kind of validation rules. For example, see, I am trying to create a new book record. Now I have given the book name called as Salesforce, and then I have not provided any other details. Okay, or I have given some 1, 2, 3 number of pages and format hardcover edition. Sorry, first edition. Okay, book price 500 and language English. Now I am saving this record. Okay, but the thing is, without in the actual scenario, what I want to write is I want to write a condition in such a way that without providing the author name, your system or Salesforce system should not allow you to save the record. Clear? I have to write one validation rule which will check all the data, and then maybe some data is provided or not provided. That is not the issue. It should check the author name. If it is blank, if you are not providing the data, now in this case it is accepting already one record is created, right? Now you can see 3 records are there: C language, Java, and now recently created Salesforce. Now in the actual sense, I don't want the, if you open the Salesforce record, you can see here author name is empty. Now in future, I don't want this to happen. I have to write one validation rule so that if you provide this, if you don't provide author name and keep it blank, the system should not accept and should not save the record. Okay. Now let us see how to create a validation rule. So to create a validation rule, again, you will go to the object manager. So be here and then click on this settings button, edit object. Obviously you will be moved to this object manager tab. Already you have seen this fields and relationships, and in the previous session you have seen this page layout. Okay, now scroll down, you can see here validation rules. Is it visible? Right. So click on this validation rule. Now it is empty because we don't have any validation rules here. I want to create one validation rule. Okay. Click on new and give some rule name. Author name should not be blank. This is one rule name. And then should not be, I'm giving the same thing here also. Okay. And then here you have to understand how to provide the formula or validation rule. Click on this. See, if this formula expression is true, display the text defined in the error message. Okay. Now click on this insert field. So what is the field on which we want to validate? Author. Okay. Select that author and then click on the insert. Okay. What is this author underscore C? This is the API name of the author field. Okay. Now I can write the validation rule by making use of these functions. Okay. Which function I can use? Based on your experience as you practice, you can understand. Okay. Which function you have to use. Right. So now the function we have to use is blank. Okay. Which will check whether it is blank or not. Click on insert selected function. Now this function format is in this way. You have to write is blank. In the expression, you have to provide the name of the field. So actually this is the name of the field. I'll just cut this one. In place of expression, I will paste. Okay. Now what I'm saying, try to understand here. If this field is blank, then you have to give the error. You can see here, if this formula expression is true, display the text defined in the error message area. So whatever the function I have written, what it will do, if this is blank function is returning true, then I want this error message to be displayed. Please provide author name. Okay. And then click on the, so here the error message can either appear at the top of the page or below a specific field on the page. Okay. So what I'll do is, it's better to, because we are looking for a specific field author, it's better to select this option field. Which field? Author. Okay. Now this you try to understand. Here we are giving the rule name, and if it is not active, you have to make it active, and then provide some description, and then here you have to write the formula. In this box you have to provide the formula. So what will happen, if this formula is true, then this error message will be displayed when you try to save the record. What about this formula? Is blank author. What does it mean? If this author field is blank, then give the error. Okay. Similarly, other functions also there. You can explore and try to understand the purpose, and then you can use it accordingly as per your requirement. Okay. So provide some meaningful error message. Now, where that error will come? On top of this field. There are two options, top of the page or top of that particular field. Save. Okay. Now, go to your record page. Just refresh. Now we'll try to create one record. Click on new, and then book name. Book name, what I can give? You can say that it is Python, and then remaining details I have provided. McGraw Hill, number of pages 200, and book price 300, and so on. Okay, remaining details I'm selling it is non-fiction, and then so you observe what will happen now. Click on save. Tell me what happened here. Are you able to save the record now? Like earlier? In the earlier, even though you have not provided author name or any other name, it is allowing you to save the record, or it is accepting your form. Now in this case, because we have written the validation rule, which will check the author field. If that author field is blank, then that is returning true, then automatically this error message will come at that particular field. Please provide the author name. If you remember, this is the error message we have written there. Okay. Now you cannot save the record without providing this author name. In this way, we can write validation rule to prevent the wrong data to be entered into our database. Okay. Now I'll say author name is Rakesh, something like this. Now what happened? It is saved, right? So in this way, we can write validation rules in Salesforce to prevent wrong data or invalid data to be stored in our database. Clear? So let us do one more example to make you, because number of scenarios are there depending on your project or depending on your business requirement, you have to provide the validation rule. Okay. So let us do one more thing, and then we'll close the session. Okay. Uh, See here, for example, I'll go to new. I'll create one new record. I'll say 7 habits of highly effective people. Okay. Who is the author? Now, if you don't provide the author name, it will give error. Stephen or Covey. This is a self-help book. Number of pages. We don't have any validation on this one. So whether you provide the data or not, it will not give any error. Validation is there only on the author. Now let us say that I said 1 minus 1 minus 200. Is it true or is it correct? Can the price be negative? I don't know. Save. What happened? It has saved the negative price, but it is a wrong data, right? You should not allow the system to store the negative price. The price should be positive, above zero only, right? So now I can write a validation saying that if by mistake, if anybody tried to enter the price negative number, the system should not accept it. Okay, let us try to do this one. So for this, what we have to do? We have to write a validation rule. Again, validation rule. Go to home, object manager. So go for the specific object and then scroll down. Validation rule. Already one validation rule is there. I'll create one more. Click on new. Book price cannot be negative. Okay. So I'm just copying pasting this one, but you don't do that. Write some meaningful description. And now I have to provide some formula. Okay. So on which field I'm trying to apply the formula? Book price. Okay. Insert. So be ready with that field. Okay. Now what is the function I have to use? In this case, I don't need to use any function. Directly what I can say, book price less than 0. What will happen? If book price less than 0, then this formula will become true, right? Once this is true, it will throw the error. It will throw the error. Okay. Book price cannot be negative. Okay. Again, on the field, you can provide the error on the specific book price field. Okay. So try to understand this formula. What I am giving, if the price is less than 0, then you have to throw the error message. Okay. Now save. Already it is active. You have to make sure that whether this validation rule is active or inactive. Now come to this record page. We'll create one more record and try to provide the negative value. Okay. Oops. New 7 habits of highly effective people. Author, same author. I'm not focusing on other fields. I'll just give negative 1, 2, 3 the price. Okay. Now I'll say save. Then what will happen? See here. What is the error you're getting? Book price cannot be negative. Book price cannot be negative. Okay. Because we have written the validation rule, it will not allow you to enter the negative value. So in this way, You are saved. Now the record is saved. In this way, you are preventing the wrong data to be entered into your database. Clear? Now I hope you understood the basic purpose of the validation rules. And you do some more examples to better understand the concept. And if you have any queries or any doubts, you can post your doubts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you very much.